action.
Okay, so you guys are White Mystery.
Yes.
So you guys are a brother and sister duo. How does that affect your relationship both in the band and outside of the band? You want to strangle each other. How do you stick together? How does that work?
Well, first I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Alex White.
And I'm Francis White.
And we are White Mystery. And we get along extremely well 99% of the time. We've been inseparable since he was born in 1987. And it's a pleasure to be on tour with him, and we care for each other, and it's much easier to be in a band with your sibling than with strangers.
That's good to hear. Okay, so your music has been used for various advertisements, one of them being in a commercial for the MTV hit series Awkward.
Yeah.
So how does it feel? You kind of have like a punk garage feel. Are you happy that your music has been slightly commercialized, that you've become a slight, you know, pop culture reference, or, you know, pleased or displeased? How do you feel about that?
It's awesome being able to penetrate pop culture as a totally DIY, do-it-yourself, self-managed, self-booked band, and actually finding success in the larger pantheon of media. And the way that it usually happens is that there's people who are punk rockers who are in positions of power at advertising agencies or companies like Levi's, who we did a modeling gig for. And they're like, oh, let's get White Mystery over here. They're fun to work with. Or their music hasn't been overused where the audiences are fatigued by hearing certain pop songs. Let's give people something fresh. So it's been a really cool experience.
So speaking of the song that was used in that commercial,
Yeah.
Good Girl, basically it's very empowering. It says, you know, kick your hole in the world.
Yeah.
So what is the point of White Mystery? What is your mission? What is your goal? What are you going to do? The dynamic duo.
Our mission is to go where no band has gone before. Figuratively, physically, spiritually.
Yes. You know, we did that gig with Sir Richard Branson on that parade float for Virgin. And that has to be the first time a band has played on a parade float in downtown Chicago with a billionaire. And we really take that mission very seriously, and it guides us through our experiences. So we're like, oh, should we do this or should we do that? And we wonder, you know, does that fulfill our mission to go where no band has gone before? If the answer is yes, we tend to do that.
Take the road less traveled.
Yes, yes. So flashback to the teenage dream. What band posters were on your wall?
Jimi Hendrix.
Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
Did you guys share a room?
When we were very young,
We
yes.
had bunk beds.
Yeah.
See how that might be awkward, you know.
As adults.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, like, you know, on tour sometimes we have to share a bed together, you know. But it's just like whenever you're so exhausted you can sleep anywhere.
So you established Missile X Records, which is really cool that you have, you know, your own label. So who have you signed so far, and who do you want to sign?
Well, back in the day, Missile X Records put out a 7-inch for this band called the Spits, awesome punk rock band from Seattle who are pretty huge. This other Chicago band called the Dirges did a 7-inch with them. And now that we do White Mystery, it's our primary focus. So we only put out White Mystery records now and put all of our time and energy into making those successful.
Yes, yes. Okay. So
Interview is over.
to school some people in American history. Francis Scott Key was the man who wrote the beloved American anthem.
Yeah, Star Spangled Banner.
Yes, and your name is Francis Scott Key White, right?
Mm-hmm.
So are your family just like, are your parents really dedicated patriots, or?
Well, like the story goes, my great-grandfather was named Francis Scott Key White. My grandfather and father both named Francis White with different middle names. And when my great-grandfather was born, his older sister was learning about Francis Scott Key in school and decided it would be a good name for him, and it's been passed down ever since through our family.
And like we were saying, our family's actually, half of it is from Greece, and the other half is from Pennsylvania Dutch country. So there's a lot of patriotism and a lot of pride that the Pennsylvanians have in their history. I'm a daughter of the American Revolution, which has been passed down from generation to generation on that side. So it's definitely like a theme. And we love America.
That's great.
Obviously, we do.
Yes.
We
So
travel the world, and sometimes you get criticized for being an American, and we have pride in this country for sure, and in Chicago, because that's a big part of our identity as well.
We've traveled all over the country and seen just about every state that is in this country, and it's a really vast, beautiful one. It's so wonderful to be a part of it.
And the European Union and Scandinavia and Mexico and Canada.
well, as you know, the B-Side music blog is, you know, started and, you know, established in Oslo, Norway. So, in the past, you have given out buttons with your blood and hair in them.
Yes.
You do have some glorious red hair there. Are you afraid that somebody will get jealous and, you know, take one of those buttons and clone your DNA in their own private laboratories?
That's hilarious that you asked, because I got really nervous after I distributed some, wondering if that would happen. But honestly, the people who have those are people who are very near and dear to us. There's very few in existence. The people who have them still have them. And they probably could clone us in 100,000 years, should they choose to.
We can only hope.
Where no band has gone before.
Into the future.
Yes.
Clone.
So in a sudden death of dumb questions I'd like to ask you, if we as humans are an inferior race, why would aliens abduct us?
I don't know, slaves? Probably. Slave labor?
Francis, what do you think?
I don't know, maybe as like dog companions, as dogs are to us, we could be like aliens' best friends, hopefully.
A final question, if you choke a Smurf, what color does it turn?
Red.
Red.
Definitely red.
I'll go with red.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.